Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how to do, how to apply any of the hair that you want to use. First, I'm going to take my can of black hairspray. Take off your wig or my little hat thingy that I like to use. Brush your hair back, and we're going to make a black hairline with this black hairspray. And it's not going to come too far into the forehead. You'll see how it does. It just barely goes over the receding hairline area. And it's wispy. See how I'm letting my hand off the trigger? And you can still see the orange and the youth red and the brown colors that we used. It gives it that drag look, that drama that we all want to be gorge. Now I'm going to show you when you have short hair that you can actually have big giant hair pieces. I like to call these anchors. And I'd never seen anybody do this before until after I had been doing it. So I'll grab hair right past the recede area, the corners of the forehead, and I'll wrap a rubber band, wrap it around and around and around as much of that hair as I can pinch until it's on there like a little ponytail. And then I'll kind of like shake it from the root a little bit sometimes if it's too tight, and just shake it a little bit with your fingers, and it'll loosen up just a little bit. But this is not the end of doing these anchors. So you grab the little ponytail, twist it around and around, making little bitty ponytails, which will soon be the anchors that hold all that weight in. And you think that this would pull your hair out by the roots, and it will if you put bobby pins right underneath the rubber band, which you never ever do. So now I'm going to the back, and I'm going to do that. Even though my hair is mega short in the back, I can still pinch just enough hair to wrap that in a rubber band over and over and over until I have it secured. Now I'm going to do the fourth one. You always want to, for me, I kind of like to have four because it really secures the hair. I mean, every car has four wheels, so I feel like I need four anchors for my hairdos. So now we're gonna take bobby pins. We're gonna take bobby pins, the big ones, and we're gonna. A lot of this is feeling it without seeing it. You're gonna take that bobby pin and run it right down the center of that rubber band into the hair and point it upwards. That is going to make that rubber band not going anywhere. It's not coming out. Now it's secure. You can get in a fight with this hair on and it ain't coming off. And I know that. So, run those bobby pins down the center of those rubber bands, and you want to point them towards the top of your head so that they're not out over your forehead or coming down the back of your head. Those bobby pins, they're all pointing towards the center of the top of your head. Now you have anchors in, and your hair, when you put these bumps on and these hair pieces, they're not going to come off. And remember earlier when we first started this entire process, the first thing we did was push back the sides of your hair with the hairspray. Now it's all starting to come together, isn't it? As soon as you put these hair pieces on, it's going to look like you have long hair and you've pulled it back into a ponytail, and then you've added pieces. That's exactly what we were trying to achieve, and that's exactly what it's going to look like. Now I'll take a stocking. A lot of girls just use a regular stocking. I like to use a fishnet because the bobby pins go in easier. You don't have to break through the stocking. When you're doing this part right here, do not, and I emphasize, stretch those legs out as you're wrapping it around and around. If you do, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have the ultimate headache you can ever imagine. But I just wrap the legs around easy without pulling them because they'll stretch. So if you pull those legs, they're going to give you a headache. If you don't get a headache, well, you're special. Now that it's on, now I'm starting to feel fish. Now I'm starting to feel real fish. Now I'm going to take bobby pins and I'm going to pin that wig to itself, or I'm sorry, that fishnet to itself, and a little bit is going to go to some hair. I'm really trying hard not to touch the actual hairs that are coming out of my head and going up into that hair knot, because you will snatch your own hair out of your scalp. Just be careful. And you can do this if you practice this good enough. You can actually do this and wear giant pieces of hair all night long without it hurting. It's all about where you pin those pins. Believe it or not, in the beginning, I used to kill myself all night long. I couldn't wait. I would be miserable. But I figured out how to do it real easy. Now you just take a wig. I don't know if you know what a hair bump is, but it's a regular wig. Twist it, turn it inside out. And I like to use 2 or 3 because if you just do one wig, it's kind of limp. So just do 2 or 3, push them in together, and make one bump. And every single wig, the front of the wig where the bangs is, they have an area, and I'll show you right here, that is in the front, and that area right there, that you cannot push pins in. So put that in the back. Aim that in the back. Because we're not really going to push a lot of pins into the back of this. But we are going to pin a lot of pins around the sides and front. Push these pins. When you push these pins in, make sure that it's into the net, not into your hair root. Again, you're going to pull your hair out by the roots if you do. And whenever I do these pins, see how I push down? And then I twist it over and run it. I make sure that when I put them in, they go in and they point at each other. That way, if it slides this way, it can't slide either way because they're going against each other. Those pins are pointing against each other. And then I go in the front, and I take that pin and I go right underneath the wig cap. It's not even attached to anything. It's just under the wig cap. And then just attach the back. This is your main support system right here. These anchors are your first defense and line of defense in keeping this hair on. And then the anchors, and then the pantyhose, and then the bumps. Make sure that everything is secured when you put it on. Or you will be doing a number and you will look around and your hair will be on the floor. It's never happened to me because I'm gorge. But it's happened. Just being anal, putting more pins. There I am. Oh, shake it, girl, shake it. There you go. Gorgeous. It's on there. I'm going to be putting a wig on as soon as I stop admiring myself. Now these are going to be, this is what I call a hair rug. And it's, actually I named this one a Clydesdale. It's about... It actually goes past my butt in the back. And it's 6 ponytails sewed together. And it just lays right over the bump that we created. And believe it or not, 4 pins will hold this baby right in. 2 on the sides. I usually put more if I'm on stage. But you'll do two on each side in the front. And, and then 2 in the back. And you can actually take this hair off and change it out. I have about 5 of these in different styles. I'll cover how to make these in another tutorial. And this wig this hairpiece is extremely heavy. That's why I say if you do not start with those anchors and have them in right, or the fishnet or the bump, you will pay the consequences with the pain that you'll be in. And just pull the hair back straight. Now, at this point, you could do lots of different things to the front. You could actually leave it like this. Or you could add a bang to the front, however you want to. I use short ponytails for bangs. I pull the drawstring out, and I'll just pin a short ponytail in the front and just style it up like a bang. Or you could leave it like this, like I said earlier. But in this situation, tonight I'm gonna put a braid in. I just braided a piece of hair, and I've actually had it for about 5 or 6 years, and I braided a piece of hair, and I'll just lay it across the front and pin it in, and it's long enough to go down both sides of my head. But I'm just kind of securing the wig in right now, making sure it's nice and easy. This is the black spray. I'm kind of just making a little seamless hairline. Don't make the line obvious when you spray. You gotta practice with that black hairspray. I find the best black hairspray is at Walgreens, and you'll find it in the colored hairspray section. Here's the braid I was talking about. You just lay it up to the hairline. And it'll go behind the ears on both sides, and you pin it, and the hair is done. Princess Amidala, the house. So, I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. It took a lot of work, and I really enjoyed doing it. And I know a lot of people have been waiting a long time to see this. And I hope you gain something out of it. Even if you take home small little bits and pieces, that's all that I was trying to achieve. So if you have any kind of questions, just make sure you message me, and I'll be more than happy to answer those. Okay, and enjoy.